What's up, Shadow Mob? I'm Kai Frozt. Welcome to my channel. This channel is dedicated to spiritual natures and practical behaviors. Um, just the overall spirit guide during your journey to become a better soul, a better independent, a better collective identity, as well as dreadlocks and herbalism. Okay? So, again, bulletin points, segments, spirituality, dreadlocks, herbalism, top 3 bulletin points, end quotation. So we're going to be doing journeys across the board on how to become more in tune with the earth, the planet, our creator in a physical form, as well as a metaphysical aspect of the physical form. A little bit about myself. I am 28 years old. I have 2 children. I am a Capricorn, January 6th, 93, with a Gemini moon. A Capricorn Mercury, and a Leo ascendant. So that tells you a little bit about who I am and why I'm here. Whether you get to know it or not, that's on you. But since you are watching this video, I know you want to get to know a little bit about me and what I have to offer you. So let me offer it by saying, welcome to my plateau, my humble abode, my igloo in a sense. I told you what I offered. Stay tuned to see what I'm talking about. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and like. Somebody else out there might be feeling just like you. I know I was feeling just like you. That's why I became a person to help you. And back to what I was saying about who I am, to make myself a little bit more transparent for you guys. I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland. I currently reside in Washington, D.C. D.C. is the District of Columbia, not Washington State. I know some people get that confused. What got me here today? Something just told me to do this. Something been telling me to do this for a long time, because I know there's people out there that's looking for somebody to help them with this in a way that I can help them with this. Even though it's a lot of people that's helping them, but it's not everybody doing it how I'm doing it, and using the words and breaking it down how I'm breaking it down. You feel me? So I appreciate you guys for watching this, for real. And I'm thankful that you take the time out to check my channel out, because you wanted to be a better person, a better individual, better spirit, better soul. Do better things, contribute better to the world and the planet and the overall coexistence that we all share on this planet. That means important to me. I got 2 children, as I said, and I do wish the world was a better place. Not for me, but for them, for us, for y'all. Because y'all need somebody just like my children need somebody. I need somebody. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody wants something. Everybody needs something, you know? My history on spirituality I've known I was a spiritual person since about 1999. I think I was about 6 years old. I just couldn't put a name to a face, and I couldn't understand it. And nobody really taught me that until I was about, mm, I say about 2008. Things got kind of different. I was having my first out of body experiences, um, seeing different things. 2010, I had my next out of body experiences. Um, 2010, I had sleep paralysis, and I seen something I didn't expect to see was on me, and I was in a vulnerable state, and I couldn't understand what was happening. Trying to scream, and I couldn't scream. I couldn't move. Something had my face opened up, like I was a robot, you know, programming my thoughts, muting my vocal cords. I felt and seen it all, and I didn't know what's happening. I guess this what helps mold me who I am today. Um, 2011, I met a woman. She came from a long lineage of different um, spiritual path as far as her family is concerned. I don't want to give too much examples because we're all different. I can give a couple examples like Wiccan, Wicca, paganism, Satanism. Uh, yeah, I'll give you those three. Um, I was raised as a Christian. I had a lot of Muslim followers. Well, not followers, but friends. A lot of them listened to what I'm saying, and they understood where I was coming from, as I did to them. So we have developed an understanding of how the universe behaves for us, if that makes sense. I don't want to say for everybody, but at least for where we're at in the universe, at this specific coordinate. I know if you go to a different side of the world, it might be different. If you go to a different side of the universe, it might be different. You know. Um, so my journey leading up to me sitting in front of this camera to speak to you guys has been a difficult one, but it's also been really fucking fun. Excuse my language. Um, I've seen a lot of things, I've done a lot of things, and a lot of things seen me, and a lot of things engage with me. I'm saying. So, from the bottom to the top, from the inside out, and from the top to the bottom, and from the outside in. Um, I suggest if you can, as far as this practice is concerned, try to practice it as often as you can. Um, just the discipline that comes with um, practicing often, you know what I'm saying? The belief that stems from that. Anything you give yourself all to will lead you into peace and will lead you to understanding and acceptance. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta know it all, you just gotta know what you know. You gotta do what you do, you gotta have what you have. Be happy with that. You know what I'm saying? Because you have it, you've done it, you know what I'm saying? You've seen it, you got it, it has you, it loves you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I had to learn a long time. And, I guess I had to learn that before I actually get in front of the camera to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Lead by example. Um, yeah, try to back to what I was saying. I got really off track. I apologize about that. I was talking about what led me up to this here. What led me here. You know what I'm saying? So 2011, I met a woman that came from a long lineage of spiritual practices. She mentored me for about a year. She practiced, but her religion was Wicca. She practiced witchcraft. Um, she didn't have to practice witchcraft. She kind of got into it, even though she'd been uh, Wiccan. She just recently got into witchcraft about 3 years prior, 2 years, 3 years prior, around that time period. Um, Me personally, I was always communicated with the deceased. Some say um, I'll be considered as a necromancer in a sense. Um, I know there's so much more I can do, but that ability is what they call necromancy. Um, so she kind of guided me into a different light. You know what I'm saying? A different light and a different way to understand myself in the practice and expand my horizons. You know what I'm saying? She took me to metaphysical shops and bought me my first crystals, my first grimoire, my first helped me establish my first book of shadows as far as the witchcraft scene is concerned. Um, so I was Wiccan for about 7 years, or 6 years. Um, I still practice witchcraft, but as far as Wiccan is concerned, I was Wiccan for about 6 years. Um, 2012, we had to split ways. I had to split ways from this woman, um, so I couldn't learn exactly everything she had to offer, but I did absorb a lot of the teachings that can help me move forward, you know what I'm saying, with the practice and the craft and the understandings and the finding the places to go to link with other people. Um, and that's really what I needed. It was just our time to separate, you know. During the journey, well, during the time I shared with her, um, I was also uh, learning the depths of why I was feeling how I was feeling at that time. I was a teenager going through a lot of depression. Um, it's because I wasn't living as myself. I wasn't being myself. I wasn't accepting of myself. You know, I was in a position where I had to be and do different things besides what I was destined to be, what I could be. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I was locked in myself, and I was really angry because I couldn't express that dark light I had. I couldn't release the hate inside my heart. I couldn't just take the chains and the shackles off my spirit to let it go fully without judgment. I know a lot of people know what I'm talking about. A lot of things I know what I'm talking about because I know for a fact I'm not the only one that goes through that. I'm just the one that's explaining it to you at the moment. Um, I studied voodoo, hoodoo, necromancy, death magic, chaos magic, crystal magic, color magic, crystal magic, uh, cartomancy. Uh, there's overallly different divinations. Herbalism is one of the ones that I'm currently doing. I started herbalism around the time my first son was conceived. Well, I didn't know what I was doing back then, around 2016, 2017. So I just started putting shit in jars, like old food, like some compost shit. Like I didn't even know how to compost at all. You know what I'm saying? So I just started putting random shit in jars and filling it with water just to see what happened. And something popped in my head, like, hey, there's this thing called herbalism. You know what I'm saying? I started to see it, and joining Facebook groups, and you know what I'm saying, just the next thing you know, I found out herbalism. I took my time and I really started to dive in deep with that culture, and understanding the mechanics that drove that engine. You know what I'm saying? So now I feel like that's something I like, and it's something that's a part of my being on this planet for me to give back to you guys so I can teach the world what the world has taught me. Um, I've always been a dreadhead, so Rastafarian was something I also studied. Rastafari, something I studied. Um, Something I strongly believe, even though I may not take the label myself as a Rastafarian, but some of those beliefs I strongly believe. You know what I'm saying? Um, I also study Buddhism and Taoism. I went to the Buddhist monastery and worked with the monks there and pray with them, set up the altars and said prayers and did what I needed to do, what I should have done a long time ago. Um, Taoism, I found a belief system that works with how I'm supposed to live by allowing things to just be and seeing things what they really are. Um, no control. I'm saying letting things just uh, don't become a block in the hose. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta let things just go. Let it flow accordingly to how it was meant to be rather than how you want them to be. You know what I'm saying? So it took me a long time to make this video just for that reason. Um, I told myself over a year and a half ago I would make the same video, but it never happened. When I tried, it didn't work. So now I got the words and the energy to provide how it's supposed to have went, how I feel like can be my start. I'm also camera shy. That's why I'm wearing my shades. I don't like looking at the camera and the camera looking at me. Um, I'm studying some what they call that demonology and Satanism. I wouldn't say I practice that or I believe it just yet, but I am just exploring, just saying what type of vibe they offer, and where it's going to take me. I lost fear. I lost fear in my heart, so I'm just trying to understand myself in the long run, for the long haul, like trying to get to know the old me before I'm old. Um, Taking the necessary steps to actually achieve getting old, because I know a lot of people don't gotta get old. Uh, the things I believe in, I do believe in a higher power. I do believe in a creator. I do believe that a woman is a God. Uh, Woman doesn't have necessarily a race or nationality, but woman itself is God. Every woman on the planet is a part of the same aspect, the feminine, the divine feminine principle. Um, Whether they have a vagina or not, the representation, everything physical is a symbol of something um, that comes from a higher plane. You know what I'm saying, it just got broken down. Like if you take like a crystal and you turn it into powder, uh, the physical aspect is just stardust. So everything around us is just powder, in a sense, a smaller version of a bigger thing. But there's more than one bigger thing, unless we call this one big thing the universe. But if we know there's multiple universes, we call it the omniverse or multiverse. So yeah, I do believe man is the divine destroyer as well as the divine creator. Uh, Man, I mean the masculine, the divine masculine, as far as the divine feminine principle. I believe that's the ultimate alchemist, the ultimate enhancer, the ultimate enchanter. You know what I'm saying? Anything you give to a feminine aspect will either divide by a mass amount or multiply by a mass amount. Anything you give to a divine masculine principle will be reduced or um, transfused. It'll be transformed. You know what I'm saying? It won't be the same. I don't mean to say destroy it like a negative aspect, what people call negative. I don't believe in negative or positive. It's just transformation. So if you give it to a man, it will be transformed. It become new. If you give it to a woman, it will be enhanced. It'll be upgraded. If that makes sense. So one is mutation, one is enhanced. You have mutations and enhancements. Okay. Um, but I get into the details of that do other videos on my channel. This is really introductions of who I am and a little bit of what I believe. Um, yeah. So, that's a little bit about who I am. Y'all guys gonna learn a little bit more later down the line, or up the line, or through the line, or out the line. Understand, overstand, you understand, 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 all these things. Divine, depending on where you're at, located on this tesseract in existence. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see something new, depending on what you perceive at the moment. Just rewatch it if you don't understand what I'm saying, or stand. Period. Um, I appreciate you watching and subscribe. Uh, Crush that like button. Share this video. And, love life. Thanks for watching.